Hey everyone, thank you for joining Free to Yoga. My name's Catherine and today we're going to be doing a bit of a chest opening back strengthening flow. I want you to grab a block or a cushion or a book and meet me at the back of the mat in your comfiest clothes. Alright, so we're going to start with using our block or our cushion. Just sitting back. So it's sitting underneath your sit bones, your knees are facing forward and your feet are kind of framing your block or your cushion. Sitting up nice and tall, roll the shoulders back and just place your hands on top of your knees, palms facing up. Lift up through the crown of the head and close over your eyes. Let's just check in with ourselves. Check in with our breath. How does our body feel? You feel the connection between your body and the earth below you. As you inhale, try and inhale deep down into your belly, feeling your belly rise. And as you exhale, maybe you want to sigh it out. Just let everything go, let all the air out, feel your belly fall. Nice. Deep inhale. And exhale through your mouth. Sigh it out. Inhale. And exhale. Just breathing at your own pace. Maybe start to connect with your Ujjayi breath. Your yogic breath. Surrendering to this moment, to yourself. Everything else can be pushed aside for now. And I want you to just focus on you. And keeping your eyes closed, bring your hands behind you and clasp your hands together. And on your next inhale, bring your shoulder blades together behind you and reach your chest forward. And as you exhale, I want you to fold forward into child's pose, rounding through the spine and bringing your arms beside you. Inhale, clasp your hands behind. Reaching the chest to the sky. And exhale, folding forward, rounding through the spine. Just moving at your own pace. We'll do about 3 of these. Reaching to the sky. And exhale. Rounding through the spine. Moving with your own breath. And we'll all meet in child's pose with our foreheads to the floor. rest here for a moment. We'll move our block or cushion out of the way, just move it over to the side. And reaching your arms forward, we're going to come all the way to the floor, chest to the ground. And reaching your arms out in a cactus shape, so your elbows are in line with your shoulders. I want you to place your right ear on the floor. Lift your left hand so it's around your nipple line and your elbows to the sky. Bend your left knee. Lift it off the ground as you push into the ground with your left hand, twisting over to the right. Should feel a nice stretch through your chest. You can play around with where your right hand is. Move it up or down. And swapping over to the other side, so place your left hand on the floor, left arm on the floor, right hand to around your nipple line. Bend your right knee, lift it off the floor as you twist over to the left. Left ear to the floor. Just breathing into those tight areas. And coming back to center, place your forehead on the floor and reach your hands, arms above you. So your hands are facing each other. And on your inhale, I want you to lift your left arm and right leg, pressing your pelvis into the ground. And exhale, lower down. Inhale, right arm, left leg lifts. And lower down. Keep your forehead on the floor. Inhale, left arm, right leg. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, right arm, left leg. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, left arm, right leg. And exhale, lower down. Inhale, right arm, left leg. Inhale, exhale, lower down. Place your hands beside your chest and just push back into extended child's pose. Keep your arms out in front of you. Keep them active, pressing your hands into the earth. And your forehead to the ground, and try and reach your sit bones to your heels. Inhale, coming up into all fours. Just check your alignment. So your middle fingers should be facing towards the corners of your mat. Your wrists are stacked underneath your shoulders and your knees are underneath your hips. I want you to extend your right arm so your biceps in line with your ear. Your gaze is down. And I want you to now lift your left leg and extend it back, flexing your foot. Try not to move your hips. On your inhale, I want you to draw them together so your elbow and knee are touching. And on your exhale, reach them out. Imagine being pulled by your arm and your foot. Inhale, bring them together, knee to elbow. And exhale, reach them out. Inhale, bring them together. Exhale, extend them out. Inhale, bring them together. And exhale, extend them out. Now place your right hand to the floor and bring that left foot so it lands between your hands. On your inhale, I want you to raise your arms up to the sky. And as you exhale, bring your hands down and your right hand to your pelvis at the front and your left hand to your sacrum at the back. make sure your knee is stacked over the top of your ankle. And I want you to imagine you're drawing your pelvis up with your right hand and drawing your tailbone down with your left. You should feel a really nice opening through the front thigh and your hip flexor. Just breathing here for a moment. And I want you to inhale, raise your arms up to the sky. And exhale, we're going to twist over to the left. Bring your right arm forward, left arm back. Keeping that pelvis and tailbone where they are. Inhale, raise back up. And clasp onto your elbows. And we're just going to lean over to our knee, our thigh. Just a slight curve in the spine. You're pressing through the floor, your feet and your knee. And coming back up. Arms to the sky and then down to the floor. Press that foot back into all fours. And we'll do the same on the other side. So reaching your left arm out beside your bicep by your ear. Keep your hips where they are and extend your right leg out. Flex your foot. On your inhale, draw your knee to your elbow. Exhale out. Inhale, knee to 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 elbow. Exhale out. Place your left hand on the floor, bend your knee and step your foot forward between your hands. On your inhale, raise your arms to the sky. And on your exhale, bring your hands down so your left hand's on the front and your right hand's on the back. Draw your pelvis up and draw your tailbone down. Make sure your knee's stacked over your ankle. Breathe here for a moment. Feel like you're being pulled up through the crown of your head. Inhale, raise your arms up. And exhale, left arm forward, right arm back, twist. Inhale up. Exhale, holding onto your elbows and round through the spine towards that bent knee. And coming back up, hands to the floor. Step that foot back into all fours and lower down into child's pose. Extended your arms out. And coming back up on your inhale to all fours, we'll do a couple of cat-cows. If you don't want to do traditional cat-cows of dropping your belly and lifting your gaze, feel free to just do some free movements. Like you're circling your hips or you're circling your shoulders. Just go one way and the other. Remember, no one can see you. You can do whatever movements feel good for you. This is your practice, so make it for you. And if you feel like doing traditional cat-cow, you can as well. Rounding through the spine on your exhale. And inhale, dropping the belly, lift the gaze. And exhale, round through the spine. We'll all meet in our all fours. Walking the hands forward, puppy pose is our next shape. Feel free to place your block or your cushion underneath your chest if you need to bring the floor a little bit closer to you. Otherwise, we're keeping our hips where they are. We're lowering our chest and our chin down to the floor. You can place your forehead on the ground if that's a bit nicer on your neck. Remember, it's your practice. Do what feels good for you. It doesn't matter what you look like. And we're going to bend into our elbows and come forward into Sphinx pose. Elbows underneath your shoulders, palms facing down, gazing forward and just drawing your chest to the front. And we're going to lower all the way down to the ground, place our forehead on the floor, clasp our hands behind our back and draw our shoulder blades in towards each other. Bring your big toes together. And on our inhale, we'll press our pelvis into the floor and we're lifting everything else off. Reach it to the sky. Hold for 3, 2, 1. And lower all the way down. Hands to the ground, pressed back into child's pose. Feel free to bring your arms by your sides if you want to relax your shoulders a bit more. Our next sequence, we're going to build a little bit of heat in the body, warming it up for our peak pose. And bring your hands to the front of the mat. Tuck your toes coming forward, lifting your tailbone to the sky for downward facing dog. Walk out your dog if your hamstrings are feeling particularly tight. Pressing your hands into the ground. Middle finger is pointing towards the corners. Pressing through all your fingers and the palms of your hands. Shoulder blades drawing down your back away from your ears. Your heels don't have to touch the floor. Your tailbone's drawing to the sky. Now bring your big toes together and lift your right foot about 1 inch off the floor. Without moving your hips, I want you to lift your right leg up, engaging your glutes and your leg. Bend the knee, and now bring that foot forward and place it between your hands. Keep that bend in the knee, and on your inhale, raise up to crescent lunge. Palms facing each other. Exhale, cactus your arms opening through the chest. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, press through that back foot, bringing your weight forward, swing your arms around and move into arrow. Inhale, raising back up to crescent lunge. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, place your hands to the floor, step back into plank, chaturanga to the floor. Bring your hands behind you, clasp your hands together. Big toes together, press your pelvis into the floor, Salambhasana, raising up. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Lowering all the way back down. Press your hands into the floor, tuck your toes, lift up to plank and then downward facing dog. If you find pressing up to plank from the floor is quite difficult, feel free to come up onto your knees first and then lift your tailbone to the sky. Bring your big toes together lifting your left foot off the ground about an inch. Keep your hips where they are and lift that left leg to the sky. Bend your knee and bring that foot forward between your hands at the front. Inhale, raising up to crescent lunge. Exhale, cactus arms. Inhale, raising up. Exhale, press through the weight to the front foot, arrow. Inhale, raising up. Exhale, cactus arms. Bring your hands to the floor, step back into plank, feel free to drop your knees, lower all the way down, chaturanga to the floor. This time bring your arms out in front of you, biceps next to your ears, big toes together, salambasana. Press your pelvis into the floor and inhale, raise up. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Exhale, lower back down again. Press your hands into the floor. Remember to keep your knees on the ground if you need. Tuck your toes. Downward facing dog. Do that one more time on each side. So bring your big toes together. Lift your right leg up. Reaching that leg to the sky. Bend the knee and step it forward between your hands at the front. Inhale, raising up, crescent lunge. Exhale, cactus arms. Inhale, raising up. And exhale, weight forward, arrow. Inhale, raising back up. Exhale, cactus arms. Inhale, raise up. And hands to the ground. Step back into plank, chaturanga to the floor. Clasp your hands behind you, big toes together, big exhale. Inhale, press your pelvis into the ground, lifting up. 3, 2, 1. Lower all the way back down. Pressing into the floor, tuck the toes up into plank and tailbone to the sky, downward facing dog. Bring your big toes together, lift your left foot off about an inch and then raise it to the sky. Bend your knees and bring your left foot forward between your hands. Inhale, raising up. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, raising up. Exhale, coming forward into arrow. Inhale, raising up. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, raise up and bring your hands to the floor. Step that foot back to plank. Lower all the way down, chaturanga to the floor. This time just bring your arms by your sides. Salambasana. Press your pelvis into the floor, big toes together. Inhale, lift everything off the floor. 3, 2, 1. Lowering down. Place your hands beside you. Lift up into plank and then downward facing dog. Just relax here for a moment. Check in with your breath again. Should feel nice and warm now. And coming up onto your tippy toes, let's walk our feet to the front of the mat and taking a seat. Bring your arms forward, palms facing each other, round through the spine, and we'll slowly lower all the way down to the floor. Bring your heels and feet about hip width distance apart, so you can just touch your heels with your fingertips. Your knees are the same distance. On your inhale, I want you to press your lower back into the floor, lifting your pelvis to the sky for bridge pose. Reaching your chest up and back. And now lowering all the way back down again, really slowly and controlled, one vertebrae at a time. Now step your feet just a little bit further out. A little bit further away from me. Press your lower back into the floor, lifting your pelvis up, chest up. And lower back down, one vertebrae at a time. Step your feet out just a little bit more. Bring your lower back to the floor, pelvis to the sky, reaching up. And exhale, lower back down again, one vertebrae at a time. Stepping your feet back in, one step. Lower back into the floor, lifting your pelvis up, slowly to the sky. And exhale, rolling back down, one vertebrae at a time. Bring your feet back in so your heels are just touching your fingertips. Lower back into the floor, lifting our pelvis to the sky. Now clasp your hands behind you and just tuck your shoulders in underneath you. You're reaching your chest up and back. Make sure you're pressing through all four corners of your feet. Open up through the throat. Unclasping your hands, untucking your shoulders, and slowly lower yourself back down again with control. I'll give you the option to move into Urdhva Dhanurasana if that's within your practice, or if you want to give it a go today. Please be very careful and mindful of your movements. Don't try it if you don't feel like it today. Just move into bridge like we just did, with your hands clasped underneath you, your shoulders tucked under you, and you're rolling up and holding. When you're ready, you tuck your chin, unclasp your hands, bring your shoulders out, and you lower all the way back down. If you'd like to try Urdhva Dhanurasana, we place our hands beside our ears, but if you have a wide shoulder berth, just widen your hands a little bit. Otherwise, bring them close to your ears. You press your lower back into the floor, lifting your pelvis to the sky as you push through your hands, lifting your shoulders off the ground. You're pressing through your heels. Unclench your bottom but draw your knees in towards each other. You're lifting your chest up and back and relaxing your neck, strong through the hands. And when you're ready to come out, you tuck your chin, bend your elbows, head first, and slowly lower yourself all the way down. Bring your knees together, feet out wide, and we'll just relax here. So whichever way you want to go today, whether you do bridge pose or Urdhva Dhanurasana, when you've finished and you've had enough, place your knees together, feet out wide. We'll all meet here. So I'll demonstrate Urdhva Dhanurasana again if you want to do it with me. So heels, your feet are hip width distance apart, the same in bridge. We'll place our hands beside our ears. Strong through the hands and arms. Bring your lower back into the floor, lifting your pelvis. As you're raising it up, you press through your hands, lifting your upper body off the ground. Pressing through the heels, strong through the legs, bring your knees together or close together. Unclench your bum. Draw your chest up and back. Strong through the arms. Breathe and relax your neck. Your knees aren't touching, but they're drawing towards each other. And when you're ready, same if you're in bridge and you're ready, tuck your chin. slowly lower all the way down to the ground. Bring your knees together, feet out wide. Close over your eyes. Maybe bring your hands to your belly. Feel the sensations through your body. Sometimes backbending brings up a lot of emotions. Sometimes it's just nice to sit for a moment and feel the effects of your practice. Reconnect with your breath if you've lost that. Let's just windshield wiper our knees side to side. Bring our knees up, let's rock and roll up to a seated position. You can rock a couple of times if you like. Coming up with your legs out in front of you. Lifting up your left leg and placing your foot over the top of your right. So you're in a bit of a twist. You're going to inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. And exhale, we're going to twist over to the left, reaching your right arm forward. And inhale, coming back up. Let's drop our left knee on top of our right. You can always place a cushion or block underneath your knee if it's not really getting there. Flex your right foot and place your hands underneath your right knee. Lift up through the crown of the head and make sure both your sit bones are on the ground. We're going to round through our spine and trying to get our forehead to our knee. And relax into this shape. Enjoy the effects. And coming back up again, we'll swap over to the other side. So extend out your left leg, place your right foot over the top of your left. Inhale, raising up, and exhale, twisting over to the right. So your left arm's forward, right arm's back. I like to keep my arms open because I find sometimes when you hold on to your leg or the floor, you tend to pull yourself into a twist a little bit too much. And we've just done a lot of spine work, so I don't want you to pull yourself too far. Inhale, coming back up. And exhale, let's drop that knee over the top of the left. Place your hands underneath your left knee and flex your foot. And inhale, we're lifting up through the crown of our head and then we're rounding forward. Trying to get our knee to touch our forehead. Relaxing into this shape, not holding any tension. And we'll come back up again. Lifting our feet off the floor into boat pose, shins are parallel with the ground. Reach your arms forward, and we're just going to slowly lower all the way down to the ground, bringing your knees into your chest, rocking side to side. We'll scoot our hips over to the right side of our mat and let our legs just fall over to the left. Supine twist, opening your arms out if you've got the space. Trying to keep both our shoulders on the ground, gazing over to our right. Place your block underneath your knees if you need the ground to be a little bit closer. And coming back up again, scoot your hips over to the left and drop your knees over to the right. Gazes to the left. Keep your shoulders on the floor. And we'll come back up. Just do a few knee circles, so holding onto your knees and just opening them out wide, moving in all different directions if you want to. Just do whatever movements you need to do, because we're all going to meet in Savasana when you're ready. Moving into Savasana, my favourite part of the practice. Place your heels a little bit wider than your hips. Let your feet fall out wide, your hands, arms down by your sides, your palms facing up. Just rock your head side to side until you find your space. Find the shape that you need to be in to be comfortable. Keep your eyes closed. Feel your feet heavy, connected to the earth below you. This is your moment to really let go and feel the effects of the movements that you've done. Just let everything go now. Feel your feet are heavy, your calves melting into the earth, your thighs, your hips, let go of your belly, and your chest be soft. Let your shoulders just melt into the floor. Your arms be heavy. Feel the backs of your hands connecting with the earth. Feel a nice loving warmth in the palms of your hands. Let go of your fingers. Relax your neck. back of your head is melting into the earth. Relax your face muscles. Relax your tongue. Let your lips fall open. Just let your whole body be heavy. Let it be heavy into the earth. Surrender to everything that's around you. Feel free to stay here as long as you want to. And you can come out with me by just focusing, bring your awareness to the sounds around you. You can wiggle your fingers and toes, bringing a bit of awareness back to your body. And when you're ready, you could maybe reach your arms above you. Do a nice big stretch through your toes and your fingertips. Rolling over to whichever side you want to, into fetal position. Just hanging out here for a moment. And when you're ready, we'll press through our hands and come up into a comfortable seated position. And keep your eyes closed. And raise our arms up to the sky on an inhale. And exhale, bring your hands over your eyes. Just blinking them open. Bring your hands back down to your heart. Bowing down as gratitude to yourself and your wonderful body. Thank yourself for taking this time, for looking after you. And just remember to keep peace in your mind, and strength in your body, and love in your heart. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed, and I'd love to know how you're feeling in the comments below if you want to. And I hope to see you again.